Hello and welcome. We are very excited to host you all today for our first pre-arrival series for fall 2026 at the University of Arkansas. Feel free to continue to introduce yourself in the chat. We will be taking our questions at the end of the presentation. So as we go along, if you have any questions about international admissions, feel free to put them in the chat and then they will be answered at the end. My name is Kirsten Guerin, and I'm an International Student Advisor at the International Student and Scholars Office at the University of Arkansas. So again, welcome to our first pre-arrival series for the fall 2026. As I said, we are excited that you guys will be coming in the fall. And so we hope that this series will support you as you plan to come to the United States or to Arkansas. Today, we'll be learning about the admissions process for international students. Again, my name is Kirsten. There are a couple other people from the International Students Office on this call, and so they're just going to say hi real quick.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amy.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rachel.
Awesome. And so now we're going to turn it over to Ashton from the Graduate and International Students Admissions Office.
Awesome. Thanks, Kristen. I am Ashton McIntyre. I am mainly a DSO for the admissions office, handling mostly I-20 issuance. But naturally, our office serves our graduate student admissions and all international student admissions. So hopefully we have all been in touch with you at some point already. If not, I hope to answer some questions for you. So today we're going to kind of go over who we are. So this is our team. We have Tracy, who handles our transcript evaluations, and she's our credit transfer evaluator. Then we have Jennifer Standridge, our director. We have Sarah, Gabby, and myself. We are analysts. And then we have Kelsey, our associate director. Hopefully, like I said, you have been in touch or contact with one of us at some point. So what do we do? Our mission is, as the Graduate School in International Education, we support strategic goals of the University of Arkansas to continue as a Carnegie Very High Research University, so we're an R1 institute, that recruits, retains, and graduates high caliber students. We advocate for students and support student success. We facilitate intercultural and international experiences to increase goal competencies and cultural understanding. And we assist in the development of international, interdisciplinary, and graduate programs. So really, how do we do this? It's mostly through our application processing as an admissions office. We do all of the transcript evaluation, test scores for English language, and we make sure all the correct holds are put on the account so we get all the correct documents from you guys. And then we do the initial and the change of level I-20s or transfer in I-20s. And then we also do international transfer credits and study abroad transfer credit. Okay, so this process here is an explanation of how to receive your initial I-20 issuance. Before I go into this, I do kind of want to clarify that if you're a transfer student coming from another U.S. institution, the process is a little different, but overall the same. If you have questions, you can always email us or ask at the end. So first, you want to be accepted into your program and also to the graduate school. So the interesting thing about our process is we're a two-part process for admission. You have to be accepted by the program and also by the graduate school for the university. So once you've received both of these admissions, you receive the offer in your application portal and you will need to accept that. And then we will ask for you to provide financial documents and a few different forms. So for example, financial documents, bank statements, and loan agreements, any of those documents. And then we have a supplemental and financial information form that you have to fill out. As a transfer student, we have a notice of intent to transfer that kind of just clarifies that transfer date that you've set with your current institution. And then we also need your passport name page. So those are kind of the overview of what we ask for. And then from that point, we will evaluate. we ask that you send us an email. Just that's quicker, telling us that you've uploaded everything. But we will evaluate all your documents, and then at that point, we'll add you to our list for I-20 issuance. And typically takes about 3 to 5 business days for us to get through those. Sometimes a lot quicker, depending on processing times. And so from that point, we will upload your I-20 to your application portal in the upload materials section. And there's a slide next after this that kind of shows where that's going to be. And then you can print, download, sign the I-20 for your visa interview, and you'll need to complete your SEVIS I-901 fee. And once you get that receipt, you schedule your embassy appointment and bring all of your documents to that interview and hopefully get your visa. So that's kind of the initial I-20 issuance process. And here is your application portal. So whenever we issue the I-20, you can see it'll be right here where it says 820 Form I-20, and then that little view button, that's what you click to download your I-20. And then you accept your admission right here. If you have not done this, it's very important that you do. And then make sure any of these checklist items are uploaded and any of these checklist items are completed if you've received your visa. And if you're still awaiting I-20, this is where you need to check to make sure all of these are completed. Okay, so our office also handles holds. And the most common holds that we handle are going to be your official test scores, your official transcripts, and your ELAC courses. So your official test scores, these are going to be TOEFL test scores if you have not sent them over, or for undergraduates, SAT, ACT, AccuPlacers, for that English and math requirement. So we will put those holds on if we have not received those test scores from you. And once we do receive the test scores, we're able to take that off. Same situation with official transcripts. Once we get the official transcript, which can be sent through email, it can be sent through physical mail, or it can be delivered to us in hand. It'll need to be in a enclosed, sealed document or envelope from the school for it to be considered official as a warning. So, but we can take those from you at Immigration Basics as well. For ELAC courses, we will put the holds on depending on your English language test scores, but to get with Wendy McBride is what you need to do to get enrolled in those ELAC courses and get that hold taken off. Okay, so these are our emails for I-20 inquiries. Please email GSIEI20. That's your easiest way to contact me. Grad app is a great way to get in touch with our transcript evaluators and any hold questions. So for graduate students specifically. And then Intel app is going to be for our undergraduate students for the same situations. So ELAC holds, transcripts, all the above. And then we are open for questions. I hope I covered majority of these sections pretty well, but please let me know if you have any questions, or if you don't feel comfortable asking here, send us an email.
All right, so you are now able to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question out loud, or you're very welcome to put a question in the chat.
Hello, Kirsty. My name is Juan Zhang, and I'm from China. So, apart from the house you mentioned before, I also get this house of immigrant session And so in order to move that hold to enroll the class, I have to wait, right, until I make the session. I just want to ask this question. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So yes, the immigration basics hold is the other major hold that you're going to see as an international student. That is a hold that the ISS office handles. And yes, unfortunately, you do have to wait until your immigration basics session is completed to have that hold taken off and enroll in your classes. So yes, you are correct.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer.
Yeah, of course.
Do I have a question? So, Maria, by the way, I have set the alternate release date on June 15th. And is that means there's nothing you or me I can do until that day to initiate or issue my new I-20 as York? And another question is, I'm currently inside of US right now, and I know that means I don't necessarily need another visa, but if I do leave the US, I mean, my current visa have not expired yet. Do I still have to have a new visa to come back because that's new school, or my previous visa gonna bring me into the US since it's not been expired yet?
Yeah, good questions. Okay, so I'll address the first one real quick, and then I'll probably let one of the
Okay.
advisors over in ISS handle your second question, although I do kind of know the answer. Um, so the first question is yes, if your transfer date you said is June 15th.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yes. So there's nothing that can be done, or I mean, you could work with your current advisors at your current school to move that date up if you would like, and they could change the date in which you're transferring if you wanted to do that sooner. But if it's set for June 15th currently, then yes, we can't issue the new I-20 until June 15th. And then I'll turn it over to
Okay.
either Kirsten or Amy for the second question.
Gotcha. Because like I cannot move my release date earlier because my last day of my on-campus job is on June 14th. So 15th actually be the earliest day I can release it.
Okay.
And the just following up question will be how long that process gonna take to initiate or issue my 20? Like, I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, there's some other things still pending on me for the 20. Like, there's nothing I can moving forward before I get that new I-20. So,
Okay, yeah. I recommend sending us an email to GSIE I-20 for your specific situation. And I'll check and see if you have all of your documents submitted. And if you
yeah.
do have all of your documents submitted, then it takes no more than 3 business days to receive your I-20 after that transfer date.
Okay, so the better idea is if I got everything ready on top of the table, I should be able to get my 20 by June 19th.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rayanne Johnson, and I have a similar question. So I'm also a transfer student, um, and I don't have, like, I haven't submitted all of my documents, but I wanted to know, like, once I do, like, especially the intent to transfer, and once that gets approved to you guys, and you have my CVIS, how long would the process be?
Okay, so could you repeat your question just real quick?
Okay, so sorry. The
Sorry.
main question is like how long will the new I-20 take to be issued once you have everything?
Yeah, once we have everything, it takes about 3 to 5 business days max.
Max. Okay. Because I'm looking at like I have my application open and I'm looking at what I need. And yeah, the main thing is just the I-20 once I submit the notice to intent to transfer.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Once that transfer date hits and if that's the only thing you're missing is that notice of intent to transfer, then it'll be a pretty quick process for you.
Okay, and then well, that's not the only thing I'm missing. That's just the only thing that I haven't turned in that I'm missing, if that makes sense. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking at my arrival information, and I'm also confused about that. Do I just submit this form here, or is that another form that I need from somewhere else?
So yeah, you can just submit that form through your application portal. That's just information for ISS to know when students are arriving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and address a couple things for ISS purposes. If your visa is still valid, you are able to use that to enter the US. Someone asked the question of transferring and maybe they're currently outside the US. As long as that visa is valid, you can still use it. If it is past the expiration date when you're trying to re-enter the US, that will not work. You will need to apply for a renewal of visa, okay? And then the
Even
other
though
thing is
that's from different school, right? Sorry for the interruption.
It's okay. What did you say?
Yeah, so even though that's from, say, another school, as long as
Correct.
the
Yeah,
visa still not expired yet,
correct.
that's still
Even if it has
valid.
a different school name on there. Yeah. So the school name will not matter. You can use it as long as the expiration date is not passed. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And then a different question for the arrival form. Yeah, so that is information the university subsidizes. It pays for the shuttle for you to come from the XNA airport in Fayetteville to campus. So that is how we manage that service, is filling out the arrival form in your application portal. Yeah.
There's also a question in the chat for Ashton that says from Fernando. It says, can you please show again how to download the I-20?
Yes, absolutely. Let me go back to that slide real quick. Okay, so in this upload materials section, you will see just a list of materials you have uploaded, but this form I-20 is going to be a document that we upload and you can view and download from your computer, and then you'll print it physically. And I'll leave that there for now.
I will address a couple questions about applying for visas and the travel bans and things like that. I highly recommend you book an appointment with an ISS advisor like myself or Kirsten. You can call our front desk or you can email iss@uark.edu to book an appointment with an advisor. We can talk about your specific situation. It's very dependent on country of origin and the bans that are in place, the policies that are in place, and also like the appointment times and things like that. There's so many factors to consider when it comes to applying for a visa and getting that visa. So I highly recommend an individual appointment with with an ISS advisor. We'll also have additional pre-arrival sessions. So as time goes on, we may have more updated information the closer it gets to August. So I recommend keep attending these pre-arrival sessions as well. Okay.
I do see a question. How do we register for the immigration basics in order to get holds completed? If I'm correct, that's through this International Welcome Day form. Is that correct, you guys?
There's a link that I can share to the immigration basics registration. So I'll put that in the
Okay,
chat.
perfect.
Hey, hi, my name is Shafali. I guess you guys were talking about some grad app, so where we can find all of the information. So how do we get an access of that app?
That's actually an email address. So gradapp@uark.edu is an email address that you can email to get information. That's a great question, though.
Sure, thank you.
I have another question. You said we need both like an admission letter to the college and then to our specific business program. I think I only have one of those.
So it won't be separate admission letters. Some departments do separate admission letters, but it's just two separate admission processes in a way. So you'll only get one letter, which is from the university total. Like I said, some departments like engineering, they do their own admission letter. But you technically get admitted by two offices, if that makes sense.
Okay, so how do we know if we're admitted by both?
By being admitted to the university. So if you make
Okay.
it to the graduate school, you've been admitted by your program.
Okay, awesome. Are there like is there a specific international, like I know you guys have a group or something, but like is there a specific person that we can go to? Would it be you guys like for international questions, like even when we arrive there, like trying to figure out OPT, CPT, things like that?
Yes, you'll come to the International Students and Scholars Office, so you can meet with myself or Rachel or somebody else from our team, and we'll be able to support you through that once you're here.
Okay, cool.
Ashton, there's another question again about the timeline for I-20 issuance.
Yes, perfect. Once all documents have been submitted, we evaluate them and we put you on a list. And once you get confirmation that you are on that list, it takes about 3 to 5 business days. And I'll also answer that in the chat as well.
Hi, I just had a quick question about the shuttle that you mentioned there. I was thinking of coming over like a little bit early. Is there kind of a timeline for the shuttle of when it operates?
Sure, great question. So we have a specific arrival team. Emily and Sloan on our team usually handle the shuttle questions, so I can email them and ask them what their typical timeline is. Amy, unless you know, maybe Amy knows any
I don't know
specifics. Okay,
offhand, yeah, so
yeah,
it'd probably be best to email to confirm if
yeah,
there's earlier pickup times, yeah.
sure. So next week at our pre-arrival session, 1 week from today, you will get an introduction to the ISS office. There'll be a lot more members of ISS on that call, and we'll be talking about like what exactly our office helps with and more details about arrival in the weeks to come. But for now, so Sloan is the one who manages the Intel World, the world at uark.edu, or you could email iss@uark.edu if you have any questions about the shuttle for now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. There's no rush on it. I've got like a
Okay,
while.
yeah.
In it.
Then we will be covering it. Yeah. Thank you.
So we still have 6 minutes on this call. If you have more questions, you're welcome to stick around. But if you don't have any more questions, you are feel free to exit the call and come back next week for our next pre-arrival session. Again, if there's a question that you didn't want to say out loud or put in the chat, you're welcome to email iss@uark.edu or one of the email addresses that Ashton has put on the screen for you.